Imagine if you wrote a play and the entire punchline of this play was a line from a different play that you didn't write. Well, this is exactly what happened in Aristophanes' play, The Frogs. The entire punchline of this play is a line from the Euripides play, The Hippolytus. And the line is 612, "It was my tongue that swore, not my mind." Now, this line from the play Hippolytus obviously upset Athens a good deal. And I would go so far as to make the claim that this line became an ancient Greek meme. But first, we're going to talk about the play in question, The Frogs. So, what happens in The Frogs is the god Dionysus goes to the underworld to bring back one of the tragic poets, either Euripides or Aeschylus, both deceased, to save Athens from its downfall at the time. And he has them compete, do different things, and eventually, at the moment of decision, the way he makes his decision is he quotes this line from Euripides' play to tell him that he lost. Now, why was this line, "It was my tongue that swore, not my mind," made such a big fuss over in classical Athens? And the reason is that the premise of the line basically undermines the fabric of society, which was that your word meant something. So if you swore with your tongue, which means, you said it, you swore an oath, whatever, that meant something. That was all they had. And so when Euripides comes and he has his character Hippolytus say this line, basically to break an oath is what happens in Hippolytus. It's like, oh my gosh, so you can just do anything now. So it was a really big deal. Aristophanes quotes this line multiple times in multiple different plays. I think it's safe to assume, I haven't read the entire Aristophanic corpus, but I think it's safe to assume that at any point, if Euripides comes up, maybe even if he doesn't, Aristophanes is saying that line. Plato says it multiple times. He says it in the Symposium. He says it in the Republic. He says it in the Republic, an example of evil poetry that this is why we can't have poetry in the city. Stuff like this. And so I think from these examples, we can assume that probably there was a really large scale, a widespread adaptation of this line as something to be laughed at and use whenever possible. Sort of like an ancient meme. And I would hypothesize that Euripides heard someone say this to him every single day while he was alive. And when he finally left Athens to live in his cave or whatever, he was just thrilled to finally have gotten away from this one line, Hippolytus 612.